Hello, good morning, welcome to T Martin Airlines. We here at the company greatly value our customer feedback. We've been perusing over the surveys, we've been reading the comments, and we hear you. You want new destinations added daily. So today it brings me great joy to announce that we now have a direct flight from Dubai International Airport to Abu Dhabi International. I hope you're ready. Take your seat, kick back, relax. We've got a fantastic journey ahead of us. We're going to be cruising down the coastline of the UAE, and it's going to be a fantastic ride. I legitimately feel like a pilot today. So I was planning on playing this game this morning. So I woke up and I ordered, this isn't sponsored, but Einstein Bros Bagels. I don't know if you guys know what it is. I almost never have it except in airports. Like we always get it for breakfast when we're traveling early and stuff like that. So I ordered it. I've got like a little coffee here. I'm feeling like your boy just walked up in the airport, grabbed himself a coffee, and it's time to get his day started. Let's get after it, dude. This is gonna be cool. Dubai is a place that I have always wanted to go. It's definitely towards the top of my list. It's just such an interesting city. Just the glitz and the glamour of it. It just looks incredible. It's so ridiculous, so outlandish. And I'm excited to experience it from the air here. So we're gonna see what we could do. We've got a brand new plane that we haven't used before. It's a tiny little guy. Thought it might be kind of fun. Might give us a good view. It looked like it had like a big bubble windshield, so we're gonna be able to see quite a bit. And it's not very fast, so we can kind of buzz low and slow and try to make out some of the landmarks. Oh yeah, dude. Look at this cockpit. This is literally, it almost looks like a helicopter. Dude, this plane is incredible. I mean, it's not gonna be able to cover big distances very quickly. I really like our Dare prop plane that we've been using. But I mean, this is really good for if you're just trying to stay in one city and kind of observe everything. So let's go ahead and we're gonna give it some gas. We're gonna take off from Dubai International here. Now, of course, I did do quite a bit of research leading up to this, so I'm gonna be able to point out some of the points of interest and stuff like that for you guys. If I pronounce things wrong, I'm sorry. I've never been here. I'm trying to do my best. If you guys have any fun facts or anything, feel free to leave them down in the comments. But here we go, man. We're gonna go ahead and take off here. I don't think this thing is gonna have landing gear, but we're gonna put our flaps up. And yeah, landing gear is staying down. So let's just go ahead and take off. And I need to see, we're gonna have to get out our VFR map here. I'm thinking let's go out here. Let's do a loop around and then start coming back down the coast. Dude, this is gonna be so sick. So I'm gonna try to lose a bunch of altitude here. We're really gonna try to stay low and see what we can see. So this area down here is called the Al Mamsar Beach Park. It's just kind of a place where locals can hang out. There's all kinds of trees and flowers and beaches and places to cook out. Looks like we've got some buildings, possibly some resorts and stuff, maybe a big pool down there, something like that. Lots of unused land out here, undeveloped land, so I'm sure they've got some big plans for that. Now this area over here in front of us, a lot of this is gonna be residential as well as industrial. This isn't really, like, when you think of Dubai, this is kind of more on the northern side of it. I don't even know if you would consider this Dubai at this point. So we'll do kind of like a quick circle and see if we can see anything. I didn't really do too much research around this part because, again, like I said, it's not like the main tourist attraction Dubai that you think of. Still beautiful though. Just all the architecture, all the incredible engineering and stuff that has gone into all of these man-made islands and transforming this city into what it is pretty incredible. Look at the Burj out there, dude. Are you kidding me? That doesn't even look real. This is the Burj Khalifa. This over here is the Burj Al-Arab. You guys have probably seen that. It's like a giant sail-shaped hotel. Again, we'll talk more about these as we go, but it's crazy to see them from a distance. Like, all of these are massive apartment buildings and hotels and stuff like that. And then you've got this guy just sticking out, doing his thing. We're starting to leave the burbs here and get into downtown Dubai. All these skyscrapers right here next to the beach. And I mean, we may as well talk about the thing that's sticking out. The Burj Khalifa right there, tallest building in the world. It stands at 2,717 feet, aka 828 meters for those of you who use a far superior measurement system. Pretty much those of you that aren't in the US. Yeah, just super incredible. Honestly, I love it. I'm a big fan of all the Khalifas, the Burj Khalifa, Wiz Khalifa, Mia Khalifa. Hold up, dude, I gotta do it. We gotta fly down through these buildings. This is incredible over here. Can you imagine being one of these cars driving through here, just flanked on both sides by these massive skyscrapers, which are already huge, and then they look dwarfed next to this thing behind us. We're currently 780 feet off the ground, and look at the size of this thing. So again, tallest building in the world. It's a mix of pretty much everything. You know, you've got broadcasting studios and stuff in here. You've got residential apartments. You've got hotels. You've got office space, restaurants. There's a restaurant I think called Altitude or something like that, which seems like it would be pretty incredible to eat at. Imagine, you know, being up there and eating. There's an observation deck on the 124th floor. The fountain out front here, this fountain that you see, costs $200 million. No big deal, just a $200 million fountain, you know, typical average thing. And then right below it right here, you guys can see we've got another point of interest, the Dubai Mall. So that is the second largest mall in the world. Hold on, let me go get turned around so we can see these two together. I guess this is kind of a cool view right here. So yeah, it's the second largest mall in the world. It's got 5.4 million square feet and over 1,200 shops. More than 50 million people visit it every year, and it's often one of the most visited buildings in the world year after year. I think in 2011 it was the most visited building, and every year since then it's been close. So I mean it's just look at it. That is ridiculous. You've got the second largest building in the world next to the tallest building in the world. They're like a few hundred feet apart. That's insane. The mall has a giant aquarium that's world renowned and an underwater zoo, they call it. Not just an aquarium, it's an underwater zoo. It's also got, you know, theme parks, roller coaster rides, just like all kinds of ridiculous stuff in it. It's just one of the most incredible buildings on Earth. Right next to the other most incredible building on Earth. We haven't even been to the top of this thing, dude. Let's go. Let's pick it up. Come on, little guy. Way over there, we've got the Meydan Grandstand, which is kind of like an auto club speedway type thing. It's a racetrack. I don't know if we're gonna go all the way over there. We are gonna visit Yas Marina though, which I'm excited about. You guys will see that towards the end of the video. That's why we're flying down to Abu Dhabi, because it's more down towards Abu Dhabi. But I'm trying to get to the top of this thing, and it looks like we're just about there. We're gonna try to see if we can, you know, maybe just kind of hover a wingtip over top of it or something. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I think we might be good. We got enough room. Come on, I wanna hang a wing over it here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful work. I just realized we don't even have a yoke in this thing. We've got a stick. We've just got the joystick. So we're gonna go out over here and take a look at this thing. We wanna go ahead and probably gain a bit of altitude. We're gonna wanna be as high as we can. So this is called the World. It's an artificial archipelago, which is a group of islands. And they basically took a bunch of sand and rock and put it out here in the ocean, and they tried to make a map of the world. So you've got North America and South America over here, and Asia, Africa, everything else. This project seems to somewhat kind of be a failure. It was started and it's kind of on hold. They're not really doing anything with it. I think there's one island out there that has resources on it, and it's for like corporate events and retreats and stuff like that. I don't know. It didn't really work out. The palms over here, this is the Palm Jumeirah, and then there's another one behind it. These are kind of a similar thing. We'll go check them out. We'll talk about those more here in a second though, once we get over them. Our next objective is, we're actually gonna swing by right over here first, and then we're gonna go check out the Burj Al-Arab. You know, I mean, when you look at the size of this Burj, you'd think that this one's not really that big of a deal, but it's actually really, really impressive, really crazy, and one of the most complex buildings in the world. So I'm excited to go check that out. But first, we've got somewhere in here, I think it might be this, but they may just not have the full building made. This should be Ski Dubai right here. So it's an indoor skiing mountain. Obviously, Dubai is in the middle of a desert. It's, you know, 100+ degrees oftentimes, but they have an indoor ski mountain where you can ski. I don't know what to say. Like, it's an indoor mountain. Like, who decides to build that? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna head on over here to the Burj Al-Arab. So this is one of the most exquisite, one of the most opulent hotels in the world. You can't really get a good look at it right here. We're gonna go off to the side. It's built like a sail on a ship, like a sailboat. That's what it was intended to look like. And it's one of the most like architecturally complex buildings in the world. It was really, really difficult to build, but obviously they built it. It's a 5-star hotel, which is technically the highest you can get, but a lot of people call it a 7-star hotel. It's that nice. It's that much better than all of the other nicer hotels in the world. Look at that thing, dude. Oh my goodness. Now up here on the top, oh, we gotta be careful, Trey, we gotta be careful. Right there, that's a helipad. That helipad has been transformed into a tennis court for people before. I think somebody, like maybe one of the Williams sisters or Federer or something like that, played tennis up there, and sometimes some of the, royalty will go up there and play tennis, which is pretty incredible. Now, we just looked at the tallest and biggest buildings in the world, so our sense of comparison is off here. Our sense of size is off. But, I mean, this is a massive, massive building, obviously. Look at it compared to everything else around it. There are only 28 floors in this building. That's how tall each floor is. Obviously, super rich hotels and houses and stuff like that always have super high ceilings. So there are 28 floors and only 202 hotel rooms in this thing, except they're not called hotel rooms, they're called suites. Every single one of them is a suite. The smallest suite is 2,000 square feet. That's bigger than a lot of people's houses, and that's the smallest room that they have in this hotel. Now that room usually goes for, you might be able to get it on sale for as low as $1,000 a night, sometimes up to a couple $1,000s a night. There's also a royal suite, which goes for $24,000 per night. That's like the Big Daddy suite that, I can't even imagine. $24,000 to stay one night in a hotel room. That makes no sense. We're geeking out about all the crazy buildings and architecture and stuff like that, but just look at these beaches, man. Look at what we're working with here. Look at all these just gorgeous beaches just lining down here. So we're gonna do one last little flyby of the Burj Al-Arab here. We're gonna head to our first palm afterwards. Ooh, look at that nice little marina down there. Can only imagine some of the yachts that pull up in there. But yeah, dude, this is just incredible. Look at this building. Absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure the atrium, like the opening lobby entrance area, sees all the way up to the top. Or at least close. This is crazy. So beautiful. Let's buzz low. Oh, we've got more yachts. Is that a cruise ship over there? I'm pretty sure that's a cruise ship in right there. Oh man, this is crazy. So we're gonna go a little bit lower, see what we can see. So this is the Palm Jumeirah. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Jumeirah, something like that. It's it's a mix of, again, a lot of different things. You've got homes, you've got resorts. The Atlantis Palm is on this thing, so we try to go see the Atlantis in the Bahamas. In one of our first episodes, we didn't end up seeing it. It looks like we have less than realistic renderings of the buildings here, but you still kind of get a feel for what it looks like. It's basically just like a playground almost, you know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of aquariums and places where you can swim with dolphins, and actually that's kind of interesting since COVID, because there's so much less tourism and so much less boat traffic and stuff like that. They've started seeing a lot more dolphins come in naturally and swimming around and stuff, which is kind of cool to think about. But yeah, you've got all kinds of tourist attractions and boardwalks and theme parks and water parks and stuff like that. You also have a ton of super high-end real estate in here, which you guys can see all of these houses lining these palms. It's just like, it's the place to be. There's some conflict, so a lot of people pre-bought homes and land and stuff like that as they were building this, and they didn't know, or they were potentially misled as to how many homes were going to be built on it. I think they built way more homes than they originally told people that they were going to do. So because of that, obviously you lose a lot of the space around you. Your yard isn't as big, your lot size isn't as big, that sort of thing. So a lot of people that pre-bought homes are very, very upset, and people are basically living on top of each other. So property values have decreased a ton. I mean, it'd be a beautiful place to live. Like, look at this. You've got like a gorgeous, you know, world-class beach right there in front of every single home, and you can swim across and go see your neighbors and whatever else. Like, imagine you and your homies had some houses across from each other. Like, that would be dope. But apparently there is a bit of an issue with that. And there's also, now they haven't admitted it, but NASA did say, because they used like satellites and stuff like that to prepare this. This is another one of the man-made things you can see from space, along with the Great Wall of China and the Luxor that we talked about in our last episode. NASA has said that it looks like it's sinking. It's sinking a few millimeters per year, which isn't a lot. But obviously, if you spend, you know, I think low end, it's a couple million, high end, you know, tens or hundreds of millions for some of these houses. You spend a lot of money on it, you don't really want it to sink into the ocean. And that's kind of what happens when you take a bunch of rock and sand that isn't really meant to be there, and you've constantly got waves going up against it, and currents, and storms, and earthquakes, and stuff like that. Like, eventually, it's going to start to erode and disappear. We've got Dubai Skydive over here. Looks like that might be a runway that they take off on. It's definitely a goal of mine to skydive over this palm. I love skydiving. I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever done. And I've done it a few times, 3 times. I definitely want to do it more. I would love to eventually like get my permit to be able to solo jump and stuff like that. A license permit, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, doing it over the palm would be incredible. Over here we have the Princess Tower. So this is a POI that was in the game. I mean, it's kind of an interesting thing, I guess. It's one of the largest buildings, I think like 27th in the world or something like that. At one point, it was the tallest residential building in the world. It's all residential. It's all apartments and condos and stuff. There's no office space or anything like that. It was the tallest residential building in the world up until I think 2015. And there it was beaten by the good old US of A and 432 Park Avenue in New York City, which when we do our New York flight, we will definitely check that out. But kind of a cool building. Obviously, it's got the princess crown up top. Down there on the left, underneath the Princess Tower, is the Dubai Marina, which I can't even imagine some of the boats. And boats probably doesn't even do it justice. They're probably called ships that are down there. You know, Dubai it has so much money, and I bet some of the yachts down there are just absolutely incredible. You can see a few of them down in there. Look at that guy right there. Look at that guy. So we're gonna head this way. Up here in front of us, all the way down here, is another palm structure that is significantly larger than the palm we just saw. This is kind of like the original one that they built, and I think there's a plan to build quite a few of them. I believe this is the second one they tried to start building. I think it's called the Palm Jebel Ali. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It started construction in 2002, and it is significantly bigger than Jumeirah behind us. And so they had even crazier plans for it. I think up to 250,000 people were supposed to be living on it, which is insane. It was gonna have 6 marinas, 4 theme parks, boardwalks, resorts, all kinds of stuff like that. I think even some of these have like monorail tracks and trains and stuff that take you to different parts of it, which is crazy, but it's been put on hold. You know, they started in 2002. I think they worked through 2008 or something like that, and since it's kind of fizzled out a little bit. So, again, it's definitely not easy to force the earth to act in a way you want to act. Sand and rock isn't going to be there forever, and I think they're having issues with it. So hopefully one day they're going to be able to actually, you know, finish it and use it. But who knows? Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go full throttle here. We're gonna see if we can get a little bit of altitude and see if we can see it from the air. Oh yeah, dude, this is gonna be a pretty sick view. I mean, it's think about what they had to do. All the dredging, like this was ocean. This land wasn't here. They had to dredge areas out. They had to suck up sand and rock, bring sand and rock in from like inland and from the ocean, sucking it out of the seabed, and then just doing millions and maybe billions of tons, kilos. I have no clue how you measure that big. I would guess tons of sand and rock to be able to build something like this. Like, dude, that's just ridiculous. Old girl's really struggling. She's trying to do it for us. She really wants to. Oop. We got a caution. Low fuel? No, we don't. Let me see my fuel gauge here. We've got 36% fuel. We're good. But yeah, we're trying to get up there. We're just she can't really push air like a lot of the other ones that we've done. She's been great for what we've been doing. You know, you can see so much from inside the cockpit, which is great. But she's just not the best at moving air and getting to where we want to go. There it is. Oh, that was a pretty cool reveal right there. So that's what these things look like from above. That is insane. This island looks a little phallic, if you ask me. I don't know if I trust that one. I'd buy a plot of land for a house right here. So if you guys remember the episode where we had the A320 and we had this magic red button that gave us autopilot, I just tried to use it. I clicked it and I was just like I was gonna chill back, and then the plane started falling. Yeah, she don't got that autopilot, Trev. We're gonna have to do this all on our own. So we are en route to the Abu Dhabi International Airport here, but first we are going to swing by right over here somewhere. This is going to be our final stop, so let's make sure we get the appropriate heading. We're aimed a little bit too far right. This is going to be Yas Marina and the Yas Marina circuit that we race in F1. Thought it might be kind of cool to go check that out, see it from the air, and let's go give it a shot. I do believe it's right here in front of us. Is that the marina? We're definitely gonna have to pause. We're gonna have to get the free camera flowing. But I think that's definitely the marina. Yep. And then there you can see the track. You can see all the blue. So the start finish is gonna be over here somewhere. You come up around. That's the final corner. Dude, this is so sick. Here's the really long straight. No way. Dude, this is so sick. Here's the really long DRS straight with the grandstands. I mean, the grandstands kind of look like warehouses here, but that's all right. Come down here, you take a left, you go around the marina here. You go out and around, go up through, go through the start finish line, then bank a left. There's the other long straight all the way over there. And then this red building over here is interesting, actually. Let's get back in the plane. This guy over here is actually called Ferrari World. I didn't know that was a thing until we did this video and when I was looking at Yas Marina. But it's Ferrari. It's an amusement park. It's a mostly indoor amusement park. It's supposed to be the best amusement park in the Middle East, and it's got the fastest roller coaster in the world. It's called the Formula Rossa, R-O-S-S-A, like, you know, Testarossa, or their color is Rossa, red. It goes 0 to 150 miles an hour in less than 5 seconds. The fastest coaster in the world. I don't know why Ferrari needs a theme park, but I'm here for it, and I now want to visit. There's no doubt about that. I didn't know they had one, so that's pretty cool. So I think we've covered a lot of it. Obviously, there's a lot to see around Dubai, so you guys will have to let me know if any of you guys have ever been there, or if we missed anything, if there's anything we should go check out in the future. But it looks like we've got a smaller runway over here, a bigger runway over here. Let's take the big boy. We're in one of the smallest planes in the game. Might as well take up as much runway space as possible. So we're coming in hot. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce our engine speed. We're gonna lower the flaps. Let's keep an eye on our speed down here, and let's come in and make it happen. Kind of a bit of a wonky approach here, but it's all right, dude. We're in such a small personal aircraft. I don't think it's gonna make that big of a difference. So we're gonna come down here to a little bit more of a coast. We're starting to look kind of a little bit more like a pro here, huh? I'm starting to get a little confident with some of these landings. And we're gonna come in here. Let's go ahead and turn everything down. Make sure the flaps are all the way up. And we are just gonna go ahead and set her down low and slow. Make sure we pull back at the last moment. Don't have to rush it. I feel like sometimes I kind of rush our landings a bit. Like, it's all right to sit here and float. It's all right to slow down and float and eventually make some really nice contact with the runway. Oh, dude, that was great. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know where you want to visit next here as a part of your T Martin Airlines annual package that you've purchased. All your flights are free. We can go anywhere in the world, so just let me know what's happening. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys in our next episode. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out.